Welcome back. Hello.
Hi.
This is the Emoji Podcast. I'm Emma.
I'm Callie.
We're here to talk about unicorns.
Whoa, you're getting right into it.
Yeah. I have a lot to say, honestly.
So fast. Normally it takes us like 10 minutes.
Well, do you want to vamp for a while, or do you want to get into this fucking thing?
Vamp was one of the words in Connection.
It sure was. Today.
Yeah. Oh, I always do it like right when I wake up, so I just forget. The days blur together.
Yeah. It's like one of the first things I do at work, so.
Yeah, well, it was Frank, Vamp, where.
Yeah.
And...
Mum.
I got that one first.
Me too. Because I was like,
Vamp?
oh, it's going to be Halloween things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's the beginning of the monster.
It was exciting for me, personally.
It was pretty good. Anyway, but yeah, we are here to talk about unicorns.
Yeah. How do you feel about unicorns?
They're cool.
Okay.
What? Why?
I don't know.
How do you feel about unicorns?
I think they're nice.
Okay.
I think my favorite theory is that Noah just forgot them on the ark.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
But honestly, like, it would make a lot of sense if a horse had a horn.
Yeah.
I don't get why they're that crazy.
There's not as many animals with just one horn.
Yeah.
But
like, even rhinos have multiple.
Yeah. And, like deer have antlers that are like...
Yeah.
But a lot of animals with horns are like two of them on either side of their head, because I think it's just how evolution worked for those guys, I guess. But narwhals, yeah, it's actually a modified tooth.
Yeah.
So, and you can have a left... You got that scared by her, really? That was like, you both jumped. You both turned and so jumped.
Funny. I thought she was a spider.
Oh, a huge spider? Oh my god.
In real time. I never get jump scared, so that's really...
Yeah.
That's really
and aren't
funny.
you like, wasn't it a pleasant surprise? That
No.
It's just her? Oh.
For listeners who didn't see that crazy...
Lily walked into the studio and Emma's sitting right by the door and got frightfully spooked.
Yeah. Her fur hit my bare leg.
And now that it's like warm weather, I think my brain is on like high alert for any creepy crawlies.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of spiders at work.
I ate lunch outside today and there was a spider on my lunchbox. It's cute though.
Yeah. Which, like, I like spiders. I just don't like...
But way up in the air the whole time.
Oh. Weird.
No, it was, like, cute in a cute way. I put it on a stick and then brought it to a bush.
Mm. Yeah, I've been taking all the spiders outside in my lab, which I know technically, like, that probably ends up killing. But what else am I supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
If I leave them, then somebody's going to be like, ew, and step on it. So, like, either I prolong its death...
Which is arguably worse.
Oh, God. It's so... How am I supposed... Okay, it's fine. They're spiders.
Like, I mean, the only, like, quote-unquote real solution there is to, like, bring them down to the basement where they can, like, still stay in your house.
Yeah, but first of all, I don't know how to get to the basement in my office building.
Is it fine if it's not winter and you bring them outside? Or are they really, like,
I don't know.
acclimated to living inside a house?
You're the biologist.
Well, I'm not an arachnologist.
Is that... Wow, that would be crazy.
I don't know if entomologist encompasses spiders.
Yeah, because that's just bugs.
Yeah.
Just bringing spiders outside, kill them.
Always. Does it always kill them?
Most don't do well outdoors?
That sounds like does that mean?
That
sounds like a sugar-coated way of saying they will die.
Perish rather quickly when removed from the protective indoor habitat. What? Like,
but then how did they evolve before humans?
Yeah, like that doesn't make any sense. What did they live in?
Caves?
And does that mean that there are always, like, every spider that you see inside has been inside forever?
Honestly, probably, yeah. They don't live that long. Little cellar spiders, those guys, they live and die. They are born and they die in your house, I think.
Me too, brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about those creepy crawlies. I love spiders, but I don't want them on me.
I appreciate them. I still get a little bit of the heebie-jeebies when I see them. I'm trying to get over it. Mm-hmm. But anytime I, like, even think about the idea of, like, holding a tarantula or something, I, like, lose my mind.
Oh. I kind of like tarantulas.
I don't. They're cool. I just can't think about it looking at me.
Yeah. See, my problem is, like, every spider that I see inside, I don't enjoy, except for like a tarantula. If I saw a tarantula inside, like in a enclosure, I would be like, oh, that's cool. If I saw a tarantula in the desert, like my brother once went and brought a rocket to the desert to launch it, because, that's what he does. Yeah. And he said that there were just like tarantulas wandering around. If I saw that, absolutely not. Any other spider outside, I'm like, oh, cool. It's a spider outside. If it's not
like a domestic spider.
Yeah.
Which, like, technically house spiders are literally domestic spiders. But, yeah, no, I agree. And it's, like, it's not like I dislike holding, like, bugs and things. Like, I went to a zoo and got to hold a giant millipede. That thing was so cool.
See, that's
cool. It felt so cool in my arms. I love moths. And I like... Some people have a really big fear of moths, which I find interesting. Yeah. It's like spiders and then like moths are like the two, maybe like centipede. Everyone's afraid of house centipedes.
Like, I hate house centipedes.
Come on. I don't know if there's a single person that likes those things.
There better not be.
And I get that they're like good for your house, but I would rather that they died.
Those are the only ones I'll actually like actively kill.
Yeah.
And besides mosquitoes, it's like, you know, obviously.
And you have to kill those guys. They will crawl up from the drain. They will...
I didn't realize that we'd be starting this off on such a creepy note.
I hate them.
One time I was sitting in my dorm room in college. I may have been intoxicated, like heavily intoxicated.
Is this from the cockroach?
No, I was sitting on my bed and I saw movement out of like the side of my eye, and I turned and there was a big house centipede that was like, it was like bony, like, you know when they have like the line go.
I hate them.
I hate it. And then I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm just alone.
And they move so fast.
I was like, I'm just a girl and this is over my bed. I killed it. It's dead.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, that one is dead for sure.
Yeah, at my grandma's house there was like an infestation. Not infestation, but you would see one every once in a while. Oh my god, and it'd be on the wall.
Yeah. Sorry if you're if you have a fear of this stuff. Yeah. I can feel it crawling all over me.
Content warning in the description. We're talking about unicorns. Content warning for like really scary bugs in the beginning.
Did you know there's a genus of goblin spiders?
Whoa, that sounds cool.
That's called the unicorn.
Oh, there we go. What a beautiful segue.
Yeah, they're actually really cool.
Do they have like a little spike or something? What's going on?
They kind of have like a weird, it's called a pedipalp.
Oh, pedipalp. Those are like their
like a little hook.
They're two like small legs in the front that they use to like grab food. So they have like 8 main legs, and then they have 2 little pedipalps, and then they have their fangs or their chelicerae.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this says that there's a projection between the eyes and the jaws of males. That's like a little horn. And then there are broken off tips. Oh, this is weird. The broken off tips of the pedipalps have been found within the genitalia of females.
Cool. That sounds like pretty standard stuff.
As like sperm competition. Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like shove it up there so that nobody else can get in.
And then break your arms in half.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah, there are crazy things that happen in like the animal world.
Oh, I hate
Especially with like bugs and stuff.
Oh,
like, you know the whole thing with, praying mantises getting eaten by their mates, which is a really interesting thing, like evolutionarily, because it's like why, isn't it all about like surviving, and like life is about like, not dying and not letting someone else eat you willingly. So there's been like a lot of cool research into that, and it's like the like quote unquote theory. Obviously, evolution isn't like thinking about a theory to it, but like why it has perpetuated and like been a thing for so long is like if you're chosen to be mated with, and then you let yourself be eaten, be cannibalized by this female, then your offspring has a greater chance of surviving because
like you're giving nutrients.
Exactly. So even if you only mate that one time, you have like a greater chance of your
genes, your genes being
passed on.
It makes sense.
Really crazy.
I'm glad that humans are relatively normal. Yeah. I mean, they're normal in our eyes because we're humans, but like, we don't do fucked up shit.
Yeah,
like,
the bugs probably are like, you don't bite each other's heads off after copulating?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. There was a lab in our college that luckily I didn't have to do because they changed the curriculum. But before, like the intro bio classes, you would have to watch beetles mating. Did you hear about this?
No.
And it's like a species of beetle that like the females don't have vaginas. So the males would just take their penises and, like, stab through the females.
What the fuck?
And you would have to, like, watch this, like, basically assault in our minds.
Yeah.
And, like, humans are known to, like, anthropomorphize. So I would imagine that that's pretty traumatizing to watch, even if it's just a beetle. So I'm really glad that they changed that before I had to take intro bio.
Yeah, that's kind of an oversight, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's pick the most, like, gruesome, violent mating behavior that we can think of and have our students watch that and, like, maybe be reminded of their own trauma and then have to, like, write down all the details of it. That's so fun.
Yeah, I'm really glad they changed that. Now we just have to, like...
in the developmental bio class, you would watch sea urchins mate, which is, like, very peaceful.
Simple. Yeah.
Very peaceful. They kind of just let everything into the water.
Yeah. Honestly, the best case scenario, TBH.
Like, yeah, they just let it all go, you know?
Yeah.
And you watch it.
Yeah. Unicorns probably have pretty normal mating rituals, huh? Let's move on.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the description of this emoji?
I would be honored. It's a long one. Buckle in, folks. The face of a unicorn. A mythical creature in the form of a white horse with a single long horn on its forehead. Is it really the forehead? I guess it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be more like the crown of the head.
I think it would be forehead because then they can, like, really, like, lean forward into it, you know? Like, if we're imagining...
I guess it's like almost... It's, like, just higher than between their eyes.
Yeah. Because, like, if you picture, like, deer's antlers, like, clashing, it's very, like, you know... It's not all the way up. They're, like, kind of pointed forward. So it's...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not even real.
I don't know if I agree with the forehead decision. Generally depicted as a white horse head, facing left, with a pink or purple mane, and a yellow or rainbow-colored horn. In addition to the mythical unicorn, may be used to convey whimsy, our favorite emotion, fantasy, uniqueness, specialness, okay, peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Ringo wrote this.
Often used for various content related to the LGBTQ community, thanks in part to its rainbow colors on many platforms. Also often used in association with unicorn startups. What is that?
Unicorn is the term used in the venture capital industry to describe a startup company with a value over $1 billion. Great.
I could not care any less.
Some popular unicorns include SpaceX. Awesome.
Cool. I care even less now. Sometimes used as a rainbow or holographic accent color. Vendors implement the emoji with the same or similar design as horseface, but with a colorful hair and a horn. Available as an Apple Emoji.
Yeah.
Which I don't think we've talked about in emojis at all.
Yeah, this will be our first one.
And then kind of WhatsApp unicorn, facing right, Google unicorn, Pillowy sound, brown man, okay, I don't care about the history of all the different versions. Well, it's interesting, but I don't need it in text form.
I think I really enjoy how much fun a lot of these vendors had with designing unicorns. Because, like, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know? There's no rules. There's no rules. I really, really like the Google Noto color emoji animated one.
Wait, I gotta find it.
I think that's so fun.
Ah! The hair changes colors?
Yeah, it goes in, like, a little rainbow.
So okay, Facebook's I actually like because it reminds me of a carousel horse.
Yeah.
It looks like that horse has been, like, carved.
Yeah, it's very...
Sorry, unicorn.
Sensual.
Okay, you gotta look at Serenity OS.
I'm on my way. It's just, like, it can be so fun. Skype's is terrifying. Why is it like that? Twitter emoji stickers, that's
scary.
That's a slut right there. I like that. What's the one you said?
She's like a Barbie horse. Serenity OS.
Oh my god!
That is, like, the funniest pixel art of a unicorn I've ever seen.
Bad.
They made the horn so big.
It's such a bad pixel art. You can't even tell what that is. Oh.
And also, Tossface, usually I really like you, but that's a dinosaur. Bro.
That's a dinosaur. Or like a dragon.
That's a unicorn.
The whole point of a unicorn is you can do whatever colors you want. Why would you make it one color? Why would you make it monotone? you know?
Yeah.
And like a monotone, like blue-gray. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Icons 8.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Where is that?
I think that's my favorite icon.
That one's nice.
A yellow horse.
That is good. I think... Okay, LG front-facing unicorn is a bold choice, and I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I don't love it. I really like Joy Pixels. Especially the older version with like the eyes closed. That's so nice. Twitter emoji stickers, very detailed. I gotta say, I'm enjoying her.
Yeah, no, she's nice. Like, she looks like a Barbie horse.
It's got like a little smile, like a little smirk to the side.
Yeah.
Skypes is crazy. Skypes is very much the adventures, what is it called? Adventure Time episode where there's a horse in the house. I love that episode.
I hate James Baxter.
Oh, James Baxter the horse.
I hate James Baxter.
I like the one where there's like just a horse hanging out and then they realize
it doesn't look like a horse?
It's
Ice King in a costume.
Ice King in a costume.
That one I hate too. But I hate James Baxter.
I know you do.
James Baxter. What a stupid joke. I love Adventure Time and I hate James Baxter.
I don't even think I've watched any of the James Baxter.
I hate him.
Okay.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
I like WhatsApp and Twitter.
I'm quite liking WhatsApp. Yeah. I really like the purple-yellow combination.
Yeah, I do like that.
I found that I'm a fan of almost like more traditional unicorn colors. Like, that, like, you know that one tapestry of the unicorn from like the medieval... It's like the unicorn in like a garden.
Yeah.
Look up unicorn tapestry.
Oh, I'm on it.
And you'll probably find it. You gotta put a picture of that one. Because that one's like the classic. I love like medieval Renaissance like unicorns. Like with the enormously long horn and like the beard.
Yeah, I do. I love it when they have like a goat's beard. That's such a good...
And I think like... I don't know. I think the more like natural colors are really fun because it's like this is what it would look like if it was like a real animal that had like actually evolved. As much as I love like the colorful colors, like those probably would not exist in nature. But I love the magical feeling that a unicorn brings too.
Yeah, I think I've always felt like the Apple one is just a little bit too saturated. Yeah, like it's like a weird. You've seen the theory surely where it's like magenta doesn't exist. Yeah. Like this color that they have does not exist. It's just what our eyes can do with like the two ends of the color spectrum. Yeah. Yeah. So like, I don't know, a part of me is always like, I don't know, it's like, it's too far into a wrong color. Yeah. I wish it was like just pink or just purple instead of like a bright fuchsia magenta kind of thing.
I think my favorite one might be Google Noto color emoji.
I love that one.
Because she's just like beautiful. Like a beautiful mane and like, happy, looks whimsical. Like, Apple's kind of just looks meh. Yeah. Meh emoji. Circa emoji movie. Yeah.
Like, it kind of looks like it's frowning. But the Google Noto color emoji one, that she's smiling.
Like, they really, like, they just retextured the horse and gave it a horn. And it just doesn't look like they put that much effort into it. I don't know what the horse emoji looks like for the Google Noto color emoji.
I'd imagine it's similar to this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they just, like, retextured the horse or, like... Because, like, Apple's, they literally, like, they retextured it. Yeah. And added a horn. Okay.
It's different.
It's different. Granted, it's slightly different on both of them, but it's more different between the horse face and the unicorn on like Google Noto color emoji.
Like it's definitely clear that it's one of them is a horse and one of them is a unicorn instead of like the unicorn looking like it's just a like painted horse.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Like the unicorn is like giving and the horse is like a horse. Yeah. You know, but still slay.
I'm realizing that pink is my favorite color, like more and more. Yeah. I got a new computer.
You mean when you're building an entire pink house?
I was getting there.
In Minecraft?
I got a new computer at work, so I had to like redo all of my like computer desktop backgrounds and like color. And I was just like, I'm going to try pink. I'm going to try like a light pink. I'm so much happier.
Do you have a favorite shade of pink?
I think like a pastel, like honestly like the highlights of the Google Noto color emoji.
Yeah, that's
horse's
nice.
hair.
That's nice.
Unicorn's hair.
Yeah.
I think like a nice like
a warm kind of light pink. Yeah. Millennial pink.
Oh God. Cherry blossom pink.
Yeah.
But I went on a huge adventure. We started a Minecraft server. I finally found a single cherry tree. And now I can make a pink house.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful so far.
Yeah. One of the better additions to Minecraft in the recent days.
Enormous. I don't care about armadillos, but...
Yeah, well, we have 2 on our island, so we better figure out what to do with them.
Kill them.
No! I want them to have a baby at least.
Yeah, we'll roll them up.
They just look... Their color is like too close to skin.
Yeah.
I thought they were penises.
They're a little bit jarring.
They look just like wrinkly skin monsters.
Yeah.
And they're cute, but like... I don't know. They're kind of scary too.
One of the first things I have to say is that I love that the Unicorn Wikipedia page starts with, not to be confused with Unicron, which is a Decepticon from the Transformers universe. Unicron. He's pretty cool. I've never seen any of the Transformers, but...
Me neither.
Next time somebody asks me what my favorite Transformer is, which is a question I should be asked much more often.
Yeah. When was the last time someone asked you who your favorite Transformer
Probably
was?
13 years ago.
Damn. I was always just like, Optimus Prime.
I always like Bumblebee.
Bumblebee is objectively the coolest, I think.
Yeah, but now that I know Unicron exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Whenever I see like a yellow car with those 2 black stripes, I'm like, oh, it's Bumblebee. And I've never seen one of the movies.
Yeah. Isn't it beautiful how things just prevail in the human psyche?
Yeah. Do you know who Bicorn is?
Is that Joe Biden?
No.
Is it Joe Biden?
No.
Okay.
It's a mythical creature.
With 2 horns?
Part panther, part cow with a human-like face that devours kind-hearted and devoted husbands. And... because of their abundance, is plump and well-fed. And then the counterpart, Shishivash.
Wow.
Shishivash? I think it's a French word. I don't fucking know.
Oh my god.
Shishivash, on the other hand, devours obedient wives and, because of their scarcity, is thin and starving.
Okay, this must have, like, at some point in history, this really reversed, you know?
Yeah. I think, you know what I think is just that men were coming up with everything. And they were like, well, obviously I'm perfect and loving and devoted to my wife.
Yeah.
And obviously my wife, who is being an autonomous person right now, is disobedient.
She's hysterical.
Literally.
Yeah.
So.
Bicorns are mentioned in Schitt's Creek when Moira is speaking to her husband.
Yeah.
I love that they call him her husband and not whatever his name is. I can't even remember. It
doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's Moira. Yeah.
God, what's his name? I love that show. David. That's the son.
That's the son.
Alexis. Johnny. That's
Johnny.
John. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I love Catherine O'Hara.
I love Catherine O'Hara.
And a bicorn horn is also used as an ingredient in Polyjuice Potion in Harry Potter.
A bicorn horn?
Mm-hmm. Powdered horn of
Why
bicorn.
do they never mention bicorns other than that?
I don't know. That's
stupid. I hate that.
They never mention, like, lacewing flies or whatever. Boomslang.
They mention booms. Well, boomslangs are real things.
What are they?
They're like snakes.
Oh, you're right. They sound so mythical, though.
Oh, they're so cool. They've got, like, beautiful green.
Oh.
They're, like, very green.
Yeah. Well, their skin is in Polyjuice Potion.
And they're highly venomous.
Powdered horn of bicorn, boomslang skin.
Boomslang skin.
And lacewing flies.
Mm-hmm. Lacewing might be real, too.
That sounds real, actually. There's a lot of, like, random things that are just mentioned that are like, oh, yeah, their things exist.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe just very exotic.
I mean, lots of things sound very mythical, you know? Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
Deadly Nightshade. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christmas tree.
What?
It's mythical. Have you heard of fairy chess?
No.
Fairy chess, mostly it's pieces that are not in conventional chessboards, but have been modified.
Do you add them or like play chess with totally different pieces?
I think you play with different pieces, and they vary mostly in how they move, but sometimes they have special rules for like capturing and being promoted, etc. And there is, I think I'm pretty sure it's a knight variation. That's a unicorn.
That's fun. How does it move?
The unicorn takes its first step like a knight and can continue outward like a bishop. So it can go diagonally. Oh.
But only its first step as a knight?
I guess
it takes its first step and then moves?
Yeah, it's really confusing the way that they've written this.
I'm sure there's better rules somewhere.
I also just, like, I don't get chess, and I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want to expend all my energy learning chess.
Yeah.
I can expend it, like, having friends.
Oh my god. Brutal.
I'm kidding.
In 8th grade, in my science class, my teacher was for some reason really into like, they had like a movie that they made about like this famous chess player, Bobby something. And we watched that, and then we learned how to play chess, and then we all fought each other.
Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, that one. There's a movie about him, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we learned how to play chess. I don't know why we were doing that instead of learning about the water cycle or something, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I went through a chess...
It was a weird class. We also watched The Core.
Huh.
You ever watch that?
Is that about Earth's core?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Basically, the plot is Earth's core stops spinning, the magnetic field fails around Earth, and all the UV rays from the sun are like getting in and like,
it's like literally
burning
impossible.
People. So it's like an apocalypse. So then they decide they're going to build this drill that will venture down to the center of the Earth, made out of unobtainium, which is
you've mentioned that to me.
Element that they came up with for this movie that does not exist. That gets stronger under heat and pressure.
Sure. I love it when they interview scientists about like sci-fi stuff, because you get quotes like this, and I quote, somebody asked how accurate is the movie The Core, and
they use nukes in the center of the Earth to get it spinning again. They blow up the Earth multiple times.
The scientist that they interviewed said, the premise behind it is not quite right, which is basically his way of saying that fucking, like, this doesn't make any sense.
Would not make any sense.
This doesn't...
Yeah. They were like, well, since the core is like iron and there's like liquid other stuff around, like, what if that stopped spinning? Which, like, why would it?
It
first
wouldn't,
of all?
because there's constantly like convection happening.
And
so,
it's
like,
also not what is causing the magnetic field, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's just kind of the presence of iron.
I don't think the magnetic field is what's blocking out UV rays from the sun.
No, that's mostly the ozone and upper atmosphere.
Yeah, so pretty much all of it is
and
wrong.
The clouds, the fact that clouds reflect light is like saving the Earth.
But it's a funny movie to watch. People die. People die in the center of the Earth or whatever. They're in like a lava lake, and which like wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
there would not be air. Like,
I think that's like my big problem with sci-fi is I'm always thinking like, well, this is stupid.
But Journey to the Center of the Earth with The Rock.
That movie's great. It's so bad.
It's amazing.
No, it's so wrong.
It's so good.
I've been reading Seven Eves for a long time now. Like a week, but for me that's very long. But it's basically about like, what if the moon blew up? And I kind of can't find anything wrong with it. Like it's pretty.
That's why. Okay, like when I read The Martian, I was like, I can't.
Martian's so good.
Well, granted, I was like in 6th grade or something.
Yeah,
but I was like, I can't find anything like not believable with this. Like,
yeah,
it's
very
books
believable.
like that are like, okay, maybe the premise you stretch a little bit, like that we got to Mars and there were people on Mars. And we have, like, this technology to, like, do this stuff. And
I did a whole literary analysis of that one. And it was, like, there's something with him growing potatoes that, like, isn't exactly correct. Like, it wouldn't actually work like that. But, like, it's enough of a suspension of disbelief that's, like, this is totally plausible to me.
I vividly remember, like, reading a part of this book where he had to, like, drill a bunch of things together, and it, like, he was drilling through metal using, like, not a very strong drill.
Yeah.
And like, in the book, he was calculating how many hours it would take him to, like, drill all these things. And it was literally, like, days of work that he would have to spend drilling these things. And a lot of other authors would just be like, oh, and then I, like, drilled them together, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Andy Weir, like, sat down and he was like, how long would it actually take to drill through, like, 3 inches of this metal or whatever?
Yeah. I guess it helps that he's a literal NASA scientist. Like, you know. But
we watched the movie, and then afterwards my sister asked me if it was a real story. If it was based on a true story. And I didn't answer. I just let her think about it for, like, a second.
Yeah.
She was like, that was a really dumb question.
Honestly, it is kind of unbelievable that we haven't made it to Mars yet.
I know. And it's, like, kind of a common story, like, we got to get this person back, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So it's like, did we have to rescue someone from Mars? And then you just think for a second, you're like, no one's been to Mars. Hold on.
We could.
The rovers have been there.
Haven't. Oh, the rovers. Don't make me sad about it. No, don't. We can't think about this.
Obsessed with the Mars rovers in second grade. I made a book and read it to my class.
We went to the Liberty Science Center and watched in the IMAX Dome video on, I think it was Perseverance, and what was the other one that went up with Perseverance? Curiosity?
Or Sojourner?
Sojourner. Whichever, like, 2 went up at the same time. We got to, like, watch a video of it, like, watch a movie in the IMAX Dome, so, like, it felt like you were there, you know? In the way that, like, when you're in second grade and you're in the IMAX Dome, everything's so real. And then, like, one of them stopped working, you know, before the other. And I was inconsolable. My parents were like, let's go home. And I was like, I can't, knowing that that's happening above me right now.
And the fact, like, that they programmed it to sing Happy Birthday.
Yeah. Humans are so cute sometimes.
I think that is really beautiful.
Yeah. And we get so emotional about it. It's literally a robot. Like, it doesn't feel anything. But, like,
doing what it was programmed to do by us. Like, we put that there. It's not, like, doing that because it knows what a birthday is.
My battery is low and it's getting dark.
Oh, my God.
That was the last words of Perseverance. Curiosity. One of them.
Beautiful. And
that's so sad. And yet it's just, like, that's what it says. Like, that's just my battery is low. That's, like, a normal thing. But we're like, oh, my God. It's dying.
And that was the last thing it said.
That's the last thing it said. It's getting dark.
It didn't make it to, like, the recharging station. But doesn't they have, like, solar panels on them? I don't know how the battery got low.
I mean, it's something with, like, planned obsolescence. Like, they can't keep it going forever. And that's why we, like, have sent up so many rovers. Because it's, like, you know.
And, like, dust covers their solar panels and stuff. So they can't recharge after a while, you know.
And they can't do any maintenance. So, like, if something breaks, it's not like they can send a person to, like, fix it.
Yeah. Send another robot.
Yeah. And they're always figuring out, like, new technology to explore more of Mars and, like, find water, quote unquote. But it's just, you know, there was water on Mars, I think.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know, really.
I don't think there's any more water there. And if there is, it's, why do we need to find it? Like, why do we need to move to another planet and ruin that one too?
That's a good question.
I don't think there's any need for us to leave this planet.
Yeah. Like, honestly, unless the moon was exploding like it is in Seven Eves, I don't think we would need to. Because
honestly, I think if there was some, like... sorry, I'm yawning. If there was some, like, crazy catastrophic event at, like, an astronomical scale, I don't think we should try to avoid that. I think we should be like, you know what? Our time has come. Like, in Interstellar, when they, like, ran out of food or whatever, it's like, what? Maybe this is a sign that we should just stop.
Yeah, see, like, I get that, but also, like, I do think it's really beautiful how resilient people can be. You know, like, how well people have persisted.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of a story where it's like, oh, and then people, like, found a way to get to a different planet. But I know that, like...
It kind of just makes me feel sad. Anytime I think of it, it's like...
Because it's our fault.
We, like, ruined this planet. It was a beautiful, beautiful ecosystem, and we ruined it.
Yeah.
And then we're like, but we need to keep living. Why do we deserve to keep living as a species? We're literally like a virus.
I mean, like, yeah, you can argue that. But also, it's kind of beautiful to like have life keep persisting. Like it is.
I think life, is beautiful. I don't think human life persisting in like the cosmic sense is that beautiful. I just don't think we're that special, you know.
I don't think we're that special. I just think we're very.
I just think we should. I think we need to focus on ourselves a little more and fix the issues that we have going on before we're like, and now we're gonna go to other planets. It's like, okay, we have to figure out how to not kill each other all the time.
Yeah, it does feel like when people like rent an Airbnb and then destroy it and then like go rent another Airbnb.
Yeah,
like
what are you doing? Or when people are like get into a relationship and like get fucked over and they're like, time for a new relationship. It's like you need to sit and work on yourself for a bit. This is bad.
Mako from Legend of Korra.
Yeah,
calm down.
Yeah. Do you know what the term unicorn means in gay slang?
For gay? Somebody new. No, I don't know.
Unicorn. A bisexual, usually female, who desires multiple partners and is willing to join an existing couple and sexually satisfy both members of the couple. Named because bisexuals willing to enter such an arrangement are considered rare or non-existent, while couples seeking such a partner, unicorn hunters, are common.
That seems very diminutive to the people who are like, maybe I would like to be a polygamist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting that you pulled up unicorn and I pulled up unicorn hunting.
You pulled up unicorn hunting? That's so funny.
The practice by two people who are in a relationship, usually a heterosexual couple, seeking a third partner for a relationship, temporarily or permanently. Usually a bisexual woman.
Wow.
It's just like, it does say this practice is generally viewed negatively. Thank God, because I don't really like
That's also weird. Why is it always like a woman, too?
It's just for fetish reasons, you know? Like,
all the time.
No,
actually, that's what it is, though.
Which is gross.
Because men are okay with watching two women kiss, but they don't want to kiss a man. Because that's gay. But it's hot to them to watch two women kiss, because that's for their gaze.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like it when things like that have names.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel icky. Especially as someone who is just generally queer. Because I'm like, I don't know. I know I would fall into some of those boxes where it's like, oh, okay. Anyway, have you heard of the unicorn fish? Not the narwhal.
Is that the one with the, like, on the front of it?
Yeah.
I love those guys.
There's these
ones. I love those ones. I love those ones.
The Neigh genus, which is hilarious because that just means nose. Called the unicorn fish. And then here's an example of one of them, which is actually disgusting. It's called the Eumysichthys fisci. And it's very gnarly.
Why do they have an x-ray of it?
I don't know. It has kind of, its eye looks like a button. And it's scary. And it's up to 59 inches in length, which is 5 feet. 5 feet long.
What?
That's almost as tall as me.
Wait, just the nose or the whole fish?
No, the whole fish.
Okay.
That's a long fish, though. 5 feet long.
It's like river monsters.
Yeah. I'm afraid of big fish.
Yeah.
You know the big catfish in Chernobyl?
In Chernobyl?
Mm-hmm. And it's not even because of the radiation. They just grew like that. Before the...
Catfish are horrible.
I'm going to show you a picture.
Ugh.
Giant Chernobyl catfish. They live in the cooling pond. Oh my god.
Oh, I've seen that picture. That's awful. That could eat a person and not even think twice.
Yeah. They've bit people. Why did they open Chernobyl up for tourism?
They what?
They opened Chernobyl up, like Pripyat. They opened it for tourism. You can't go into the factory, but you can go to the exclusion zone.
Why would you want to go there?
Fun. History.
Fun. Go there
to get irradiated. Yeah.
Oh my god.
3.6 Rontgen. No. It's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea. We should start over.
Yeah.
Where were you when the unicorn trend was happening?
The unicorn trend? Like the Starbucks drinks?
like all of it, 2010s, you know?
Yeah. Well, I remember when the unicorn emoji came out. Mm-hmm. I was in high school, depressed.
Yeah.
Picture it. I can see it. I can see it now. Mm-hmm. Junior year.
Apparently,
I wanted to die.
Oh. Apparently, there was a health food photographer named Adeline Waugh? I don't know. Waugh. Who unintentionally started the unicorn food trend in June 2016. She would
2016. Yeah, that is a year. That was like a big year.
Sophomore year of high school?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a big year for like trends. Like
mustache.
It was a little after mustache.
Yeah, mustache was earlier because I had mustache glasses that I loved.
That was like 7th grade for me. 7th, 8th grade was like mustache.
I'm the same age as you.
Well, I'm just trying to... I don't know if the trends are different where you're from.
No, they were the same.
Backcountry, woods.
From New Jersey.
I don't know, man.
Apparently, this food blogger would experiment with natural pigments in cream cheese. So she would make like red cream cheese and green cream cheese from like, you know, spinach leaves or whatever. Yeah. And then she's made a pastel colored cream to decorate her toast. And then her fans started calling it unicorn toast. And then people made unicorn lattes, cakes, hot chocolate. And then it became like...
looked vile.
Yeah. The unicorn frappuccino, 2017. Really contributed to the boom of the unicorn fad, this says.
I would not want to go back to that time.
No. I'm good. Unicorn.
That was like a crazy... It was like maximalism, but in a bad way.
Yeah, it just like... It was so bright. And like, I love bright things, but it was just like, it's weird.
I wonder what we're going to look at like today and be like, ugh. I can't believe that was a
thing. This unicorn trend article was flagged as being, it says the article's tone or style may not reflect the encyclopedic tone, and it's written like a personal reflection, essay, or argumentative essay. Which is funny. I was reading it and I was
Wikipedia?
Like, yeah. If you write an article and it's like not in a very like cold, neutral tone, it'll get flagged. So like somebody hasn't edited this yet, but it says, oh, where did it go? Part of the reason why unicorns are so beloved is that they remind us of our childhood and they help people escape from reality.
Wow. Yeah, cut all that out.
Just like creatures such as vampires or werewolves were popular when times were more joyful.
What?
Unicorns became popular during a time when politics and culture were dark and oppressive. Yeah, I would say.
I think, well, like,
2016
were so popular in, like, the medieval times. I don't think those times were, like, filled with joy.
Yeah.
You know when the Grimm brothers, like, wrote their fairy tales that were, like, horrific? And those were, like, bedtime stories for kids?
It was like when a lot of kids were dying, you know? Yeah.
I don't know if it always...
Everybody was like shitting themselves to death.
Yeah. I think escapism is important, especially in 2016. We all needed that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it means... An interesting take. Yeah. Might need to cut that one out, Wikipedia editor.
It's really silly. And then there's, unicorn food, unicorn beauty. People would do like, makeup trends.
Oh my god, the like makeup trends.
Yeah, remember?
Were crazy.
Unicorn design. And
I keep seeing like videos, people will be like doing my makeup like I did in 2016.
Oh god, yeah.
Enormous, like crazy, like
big eyebrows.
James Charles, we had his like brows and like just crazy like full face. Like going to high school.
I did eyeliner every day of high school and I would wear a choker. And I didn't have eyebrows because my eyebrows are blonde, like naturally. I have brown hair, like dark brown hair, but my dad and my eyebrows are blonde, so like they just don't exist. Yeah. So I would do like big eyeliner.
My eyebrows are probably darker than yours.
Yeah, they are.
And
you don't even really have eyebrows.
And I like barely have eyebrows.
Yeah, they're just non-existent pretty much. So I finally started drawing them on like junior year of high school. Yeah. And I realized like, oh, eyebrows actually make me feel a lot more confident. So I'm gonna wear them. Apparently there was a fashion designer named Tom Brown. I think he's still around, but he, during the 2018 Paris Fashion Week, he had a unicorn come out during his runway. That was like the big showstopper piece.
What?
Was 2 men in a unicorn costume.
There are people in there?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, God. When did you say this was?
2018.
Oh, God.
I I don't understand it, but I'm enjoying it. I've never been to a fashion show.
I haven't either.
I would be fascinated.
Unless you count, like, high school fashion shows.
No.
That was, like, I mean, like, there was a fashion class in our school, and they would have a fashion show.
That's cool.
It was really cool. It was, like, at the same day as, like, the art classes would have, like, a little art show.
Oh, nice.
The fashion shows were great. Like, the stage crew would always pull up. I think I did lights for one of them, maybe. It was always a fun time. It was like a little catwalk. People would like either model their clothes themselves or have their friends like model. It was really, so fun. It was fun. It was we had a lot of cool like electives.
Yeah, that's great.
In my high school. Yeah, it was a fun time.
I think pretty often about I haven't been to like a professional fashion show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I think I would just
laugh and
that's my problem. Like
laugh.
I would be having the best time.
Yeah.
But at the expense of probably everybody around me, you know? Where I'm like, oh, this is so silly. Yeah. Like, you know the one where, like, sometimes they were just really trudging through mud? Have you seen that fashion show? I've seen videos. Like, I don't get it. And I know that it's like, oh, it's high art. Like, what? It's art. I don't get it.
I think the artistry of it is beautiful. I think it's weird when it's so convoluted that it's like, what is happening? Like, the meaning is lost. Like, there was one that I saw. It was a fashion show. Someone like all of their pieces were making statements about fast fashion and kind of like the unsustainability of it and like how it was essentially ruining like the fashion industry. And they just had like the models would be walking and their clothes would be like falling
off of them. Yeah.
Falling apart at the seams, literally. And that was just such a technically like beautiful, elegant way to do it.
And that's a cool statement to me.
And it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. I recommend anyone to look that up. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But if you look up like fast fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion show something, it'll probably come up.
I just feel like all the popular fashion shows that I see like through, you know, concentric circles, like they're always
Yeezy fashion shows, and it's like
it's always just so it's emphasizing like poverty, but in like a high way, you know? It's like, oh, like I want to wear sweatshirts that have holes all over them and like and then it's thousands of dollars for that stuff, and like I don't know, it just makes me really annoyed that like,
and that's different from distressed jeans, guys. Come on, that's like different. Old people get so pressed about like jeans. I'm like, who asked you? Yeah. But a lot of like high fashion is just very disconnected from like the real world.
I think that's my problem with it. I don't like it when it's disconnected.
Like obviously, like there's going to be high forms of art that are inaccessible to people. There's like, you know, art that the everyday person can't afford.
Yeah,
you know that it's
like there are restaurants that nobody can go to. That's high art and there's
a lot of
private galleries
versions of But it's...
I don't like it when it's so blatantly disconnected and, like, so blatantly oblivious to some real issues happening. Like, the fast fashion show, that is such a cool...
Because that's, like
that's cool. That's making a statement. That's being, like, this is something that we need to address. Instead of being like, oh, look how fashionable, like, this sweatshirt is that is, you know, ripped up and, ugh. Yeah. It's a very thin line to walk.
I have very mixed feelings about, like, fashion industry.
I think it can be used for some really, really interesting
I totally agree
stuff.
Yeah. And I'm hoping it goes in a direction that's a good direction.
Yeah, that's all we can do, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the unicorn black hole?
No.
Apparently there is a tiny black hole. It's the closest one known to Earth. Wow. And it's called the unicorn. And this is not a picture of it, because we only have one picture of the black hole, as far as I know.
Yeah.
2 pictures?
That was like a big deal.
Yeah.
That we have only one picture of it, guys.
So I'm pretty sure that this is just...
So I hope no one's like, well, that was... What do you mean? That's like that's the worst picture ever. We have so many pictures. Just look on Google. Those aren't real, guys.
Like, it's crazy that we got a picture of them.
And it's crazy that we predicted it, and that also Interstellar, the movie, was one of the most accurate representations of it, and they literally, I think, had to, like, generate that stimulation of it for, like, thousands of hours.
Yeah.
For that, like, one shot of it.
Yeah. Like I was in a chemistry class that was like quantum physics basically, but at the end of it we were doing
quantum physics.
It was quantum physics.
Jimmy Neutron.
We were doing the quantum physics of electrons and like figuring out how to model them, but at the end we were doing computational chemistry, which is basically just like you are in this program and it looks like the old hacker, like, you know, in a movie when a hacker's like, I'm in, and it's just like strings of code on it was literally that. Yeah. And you would like type in like, you know, :/Q equals, and you had to like put the coordinates of what you thought the electron would be, and then you hit enter, and then it's like, okay, in 26 hours we'll have one number for you. So you have to come back the next day and go to the lab. And it was like,
if you type it in wrong,
then you're screwed, man. Like, then it doesn't, you know, I hate computational chemistry.
Oh my God.
I gotta say, it's really like,
why do chemistry if you're just gonna work on a computer all day?
Like, that's my question.
Not the fun of it.
It could be really interesting because it's like you can predict how an atom will behave based on like where the electrons are and like what, like, I think it has a lot of practical uses.
Oh, maybe, yeah, for sure.
But I also just like, it's so not for me. So
yeah. I feel like it's weird to be a chemist and then become a computational chemist.
Yeah.
I can understand being like computer scientist and then being like, I want to think about chemistry in a computer in a computational way.
Yeah.
Or like math.
I guess it makes sense if you like
you have to have a chemistry background too.
Yeah.
Or physics or something.
And I'm glad that there are people who that field is compatible with. Like, obviously we need somebody to be doing it, but I like the lab.
Glad it's not you.
Yeah, I'm so glad I never have to use
I had to code like one thing for one project, and it was the worst time of my life. Like 14 hours to literally have like one program.
I had to make computer models of like how the atoms of water would move in a lake and like how it would fill up and like slowly drain, and I had to model that, and it was awful. It took so long. Yeah. I don't understand how people can do that. I have so much respect for them.
Yeah.
I'm so much like, I like mixing liquids together.
Yeah.
And knowing that maybe something will happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I love just like watching animals.
Yeah.
And being like, wow, they did that. Why they do that?
It's such a good feeling when you realize like, oh, I'm in the field that I should be in.
Yeah. And I love to just sit there and think like, how did this thing?
I love
this thing come to be.
My data spreadsheets recently have been so nice. They've been beautiful. I've been trending my data for 6 months.
Whoa.
And nothing's happening, but it's fun.
Cool.
It's fun to look at. How would you use this emoji? The unicorn, the noble unicorn.
I think it would be funny to use it in a violent context.
Oh. Like you're gonna stab somebody?
Yeah. I feel like unicorns can be violent. Unicorns
they can.
Are maybe violent at heart.
I do love like when there's a drawing of a unicorn, but they've got like blood all over their face.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's like, oh, I just stabbed somebody. Like
with my face.
Yeah. Nice. That's pretty badass.
With the knife that's on my face.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And like bulls, you think of as like violent. They like gore people. And horses already like can injure people.
Yeah, horses are terrifying. Vicious.
So when you add a horn to it,
a horn that is most likely, like if we analyze other animals with horns, it's most likely for defense or hunting.
They're not shooting like magic beams out of that thing. If they were like a real animal, you know, they're stabbing things with that.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's kind of like an ironic little like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like using that with like the, you know, the smiling with the blush face. I feel like that's funny. It's like, I'm gonna stab you, and then like unicorn and the blush face.
And then like a little fairy or something. Sparkles.
Yeah, sparkles.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, that's pretty good. I love the whimsy aspect. Yeah. You know? Yeah. If I'm gonna go frolic and I want it to be like very much like I'm frolicking through a meadow and I'm a witch, or like I just met some fairies, you know, that kind of vibe. I feel like it, you know, we've talked about how different emojis have different vibes.
Yeah.
So if I was like, I'm going to go frolic and I sent a unicorn, I feel like that conveys a very specific, like, this is going to be a magical time. You know?
Magical time galloping. You're going to gallop.
Yeah. Yeah.
While you frolic. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I get you.
Huge.
100%.
I think that's all of my stuff about the unicorn. There is a great poem by Shel Silverstein that you guys should read called The Unicorn.
You're not going to read it right now?
No, it's very long.
Oh, okay.
And it was made into a song that I used to know. And it's pretty fun. I'm still afraid of Shel Silverstein a little bit.
I mean, who isn't?
Yeah, that man is scary.
Does he have a publicist? Why did his editor let him put his face in, like, the largest size possible on the back of every book?
I don't know. I used to have to cover it with sticky notes. Like, I couldn't do it.
It's so scary. Why would...
Also, I cannot believe that he died in 1999. He died before I was born. Like, wow. He is so present in my life.
Yeah.
He's always with me.
I honestly didn't even know that he died.
Yeah, like,
I
right?
Like every time I hear that he died, I'm like, huh.
He was born in 1930.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He would be nearing 100.
I literally thought he was like our parents' age.
No. He was born in 1930, man. Isn't that crazy?
Dang, that's older than my grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, he's dead now, but...
Yeah. Just kind of crazy.
Isn't it crazy that I think, like, wow, 1999, that's 10 years ago. Crazy.
Yeah, that's what I think.
No, that was 25 years ago, actually.
That's what I think. I'm always like, oh, wow, that wasn't that long ago.
That was like 10 whole years ago.
Yeah.
No, a lot longer than that. Or I'm like, oh, wow, 1980? Yeah, like 20 years ago?
Yeah.
No, 45 years ago.
It's kind of disgusting.
It's really vile.
The fucking neighborhood menace is...
You hear that guy? It's that guy with the micro penis that keeps going by our apartment.
Every night.
Multiple times. He already went by him like twice today.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he going all the time? Is it the same guy, do you think? It's gotta be.
Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah.
You can still hear him. Farting up a storm out there.
Literally embarrassing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's my turn to pick the next one. And I think the next time we record, it'll be around Mother's Day. The Kentucky Derby just happened.
Congratulations to Mystic
Dan. I gotta say, I picked his name out. I was like, he's gonna win right away. Right away.
You had to say it.
I texted Tommy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I texted our great friend Tommy Shenefield. Thank you for the intro now, Teresa. You did a very good job. I texted him. I said, all my money's on Mystic Dan. Guess who won?
Wow.
Guess who won unequivocally? Mystic Dan. And it was a tight race.
It was tight. He just barely edged out there.
Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, so I love wearing hats for the Derby. I love my mom. I think we should do the woman's hat.
Whoa! That's fun.
A little sun hat. I don't love that it's called the woman's hat, but hey.
Yeah, because what?
Anybody can wear it. But that's what it is called.
Hat? Weird.
So
I hate when I go on like websites that are selling clothes, as websites sometimes do, and it's like describing the clothes, and then it's like gender.
Yeah.
And then it's like women.
It's a woman's shirt. Yeah.
Women's.
Like this.
What?
This could just be called like a sun hat or a straw hat. So maybe we'll petition for that.
That would be great.
But I think we should do that.
If they have like,
time.
you know, more gender inclusive emojis now, I think they should also be more gender inclusive with their emoji names. I've
noticed that when I'm doing my Notion spreadsheets and I'm picking an emoji and I like type in like artist or like plumber, the first option is always just the gender neutral plumber. And I'm like, that's cool. Because usually on other platforms it's man.
Yeah.
I don't like that that's the first one.
Okay, my big gripe with the emoji search, anytime I try to search the Wi-Fi emoji...
You get wife?
It doesn't come up. If you look Wi-Fi, I have to look up network.
Yeah.
What?
That's stupid.
That's stupid. And the only reason I'm using this emoji once a month is to Venmo request Emma for our Wi-Fi bill.
Yeah.
So I use the emoji.
Mm-hmm.
And it bothers me every time that I have to look up network.
I guess we just have some petitions to write.
Yeah. Keep a running list.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that next time.
If you want to sign our petition,
yeah,
you can email us at theemojipodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. And let us know how you use the unicorn, the sun hat emoji. I'm gonna say sun hat.
Sun hat.
I'm saying sun hat.
Because it is a sun hat.
Yeah, it says a hat worn by women for sun protection. Why only by women?
A hat worn by
A hat.
Anyone.
For sun protection.
It's a hat.
It's a hat.
For sun protection. It's a hat.
It's a hat.
The hat does not care whose head it sits upon.
Yeah. Email us about that, or you can contact us on Instagram at the Emoji Podcast and check out all the crazy mythology pictures that'll be going up.
Find a picture of a bicorn eating a dutiful husband.
Yeah. Some unicorn tapestries. Some unicorn frappuccinos, probably.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. It'll be full of whimsy and light. So, follow us.
I hope your day is full of whimsy and light.
Yeah. We're wishing this upon you. We're wishing this upon you.
We're sending this energy out.
Yeah. We already thanked Tommy, so he doesn't get a second thank you.
His contract is very clear. He only gets one thank you per episode.
Yeah.
So
he did his job, and we did ours. And I've been Emma.
I've been Callie.
This was the Emoji Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.
We'll see you next time, whenever that is.
Who knows?
Whoops. Bye.
My horn can pierce the sky.